our online school. Today in mathematics we are looking at the topic fractions. We are looking at fractions. Fractions. What do we mean by fractions? What do you understand by fractions? A fraction is a numerical quantity that is not a whole number. A fraction of a number is a numerical quantity that is not a whole number. So that means a fraction is not a complete number. Unlike 1, 2, 3, they are whole numbers. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, those are whole numbers. But when we're talking about fraction, we're looking at 2 over 5, 1 over 2, 3 over 6. These numbers are fractions. It is a numerical quantity that is not a whole number. Okay, a fraction names part of a whole or part of a group. The number above in a fraction is called the numerator. Can you see this fraction? We have 3 over 4. 3 over 4. The number 3 is the number above, and the number is the numerator. We call the number above the numerator, while the number below is called the denominator. Don't forget, the number above is called the numerator, while the number below is called the denominator. So, number 3 is our numerator, while the number 4 below the bar is our denominator. So, if I ask you, in this fraction, which one is our numerator? You pick 3 because 3 is our numerator, and you pick 4 as our denominator because that's the number below the bar. Alright, in fractions we also study proper fraction and improper fraction. What's a proper fraction and what's an improper fraction? Okay, if the numerator is less than the denominator, the value of a proper fraction is less than 1. In other words, if the number up is lower than the number down, that means the value of that fraction is not up to number 1. Alright, so that makes it a fraction. A proper fraction. How about if the numerator is greater than the denominator, or it's equal to the denominator? That means the value of that fraction is either 1 or greater than 1. So it's not a fraction, it's not a proper fraction, it's an improper fraction. Then we have mixed fraction or mixed number as it is called. A mixed number is made up of a whole number and a fraction. So we have it called mixed because there is an whole number and there is a fraction next to it, compared to a proper fraction where we just have a numerator and denominator. Same with an improper fraction, we have our numerator and our denominator. But in the case of a mixed fraction, we have a whole number separate and we have a fraction. Okay, so that makes it mixed fraction or mixed number. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to change an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. But for this week, we will basically focus on how to compare fractions. So we're looking at comparing fractions for today. How do we know which one is bigger? How do we know the one that is smaller? Okay, I already told you that the number at the top of the bar is the numerator and the number below the bar is the denominator. So if we are comparing fractions, we want to ask, are the denominators the same? Check it out. If they are the same, do they have the same numbers below the bar? So take a look at this fraction. We have 3 over 9. We also have 6 over 9. Okay, so the numbers below the bar in both fractions are the same. So I'll focus my attention on my numerator, which is the number above my bar. So I ask myself a question. The fraction with the greatest numerator is bigger, so I ask myself, which of them is greater? 3 is lesser than 6. Of course, we know that 6 is greater than 3, so therefore 3 over 9 is less than 6 over 9. Okay? How about in the case of equivalent fractions? You want to use the multiplication form to get your answer. If we decide to multiply by 5, it gives us 15. 4 times 5 gives us 20. And over here, 4 times 4, 16. 5 times 4, 20. So already we know that this is less than 4 over 5. And finally, here is a cheat code. Don't tell anybody I taught you this. So this is quite easy. All you need to do is to cross multiply. Multiply 3 by 5. Multiply 4 by 4. And that gives you 16. So 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 4 is 16. I know that 15 is less than 16. So that's how you get your answer. That will be all for today on fractions. Thank you so much for joining the class. See you next time. Bye-bye.